I have just woken up.
That's not fun. Right, morning everyone. We haven't even discussed what we were talking
Good
about.
morning.
We are morning.
We've got an early doors one today.
Well, we have. It was one of those. What we found is we, as much as we love recording this vlog, it was having a bit of a knock on to the morning, wasn't it? The kind of editing and uploading and everything. So what we thought is today we would just record it straight away.
We woke up in separate beds this morning.
Well, we did. To be honest, our middle one came into us. We're not quite sure what time. I think about, I don't know, 2:30, 3ish. Doesn't really matter. But I'm quite a light sleeper, so when I'm being prodded and poked, even loosely, gently, and I just thought, do you know what, stuff it, I'm going to get in his bed. Because actually I find his bed really, really comfy.
It's a good mattress,
You know, it is a really good mattress, so I have no issues with that. And then I don't have you snoring in my ear, and I don't have being prodded or anything else.
Yes, it was a really good lesson actually. It was child related again. We had a few challenges yesterday. We had a few discussions yesterday about work and life, like we're all having conversations about.
Yeah. So don't be overly vague, but we're all
it's
financial challenges.
Finances are a really scary place for us at the moment. As we've said before, we fall in that category of limited director. So we're not getting any funding, which is not the end of the world because we don't always expect handouts, but ultimately as well, due to everyone's circumstances, money is slow. So
business is okay, but it's eased up a tad, hasn't it? Which has been noticeable.
So we were having a discussion in the kitchen yesterday, quite not a heated one, but it was a discussion. And actually, Lydia Rose came running in, and she had a tummy ache, and she said it was just a tummy ache, but actually it was probably very much a stress related thing. It was quite.
We are pretty confident she was picking up off of us and having her own kind of.
It's really true. Hello. Doesn't matter how much you try and protect them and shield them.
Oh, here she is.
Hello.
They've come in to say hello. I was going to move on to something serious, but it looks like seriousness has gone out the window.
But it doesn't matter.
All three are here.
It doesn't matter how much you try and shield. They do pick up on your energy. So we're going to
wiggle.
Make a real positive.
That's the Out Here Brothers reference from early 90s. Anyone into it? Right, you can't come in and just hover. You got to say hello.
Hello.
Ben, you going to come and say hello?
Hello.
Hello. Oh no.
Right, come back this side.
Yeah.
Hey, something's on your touch.
I know, it's Daddy's screen, isn't it? Come on this side, please.
Oh, someone's in your jumping.
Right, guys, can you go give us 5 minutes? Just 5 minutes. And
Yeah,
we're
just
coming back.
Where's your button?
Go watch your bus.
Oh.
Start again. Yes.
Yeah.
Go
Right, go next door. Go, Joseph.
Just shut the door.
We're going to keep going. I thought.
No, you can't keep going.
Why not?
Because I've just said we're going to stop it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're only like 2.5
Alan,
minutes.
stop it.
Right, so.
Where do we get to?
Interestingly, we've decided to keep going rather than starting again because Emily lost her way. That's all right because I deal slightly better with just keeping going in these things. It's just we have different skills we bring. But Emily's, funnily enough, I would say you're actually more of a perfectionist for me. Interesting enough.
So yeah, she came in and it was very clear that actually our energy had been affecting her stuff, whether she realised it or not. It was definitely.
I don't think she did, but I was like, no.
And we try our hardest to make sure they're shielded, but obviously when you've got stresses in the family, stresses in the house, it does have a knock on. So we're going to make a conscious effort today to try and keep it light, keep it upbeat, and we can't change things at the moment. We can only forge ahead. So let's work on our plan.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, I was talking to my mum about this last night, exactly that, and she said, well, I grew up like in the 50s or whenever, and she said it was horrific in my house and like rows and everything else. She said, so yeah, just imagine how bad it was for my experience, and you're worried about your experience, and it's like I think that's really interesting. But by the way, I'm not saying one's right, one's wrong, because I think that
it's just a real shame that actually, in terms of everything else going on in our life, and we're very fortunate, we have a very loving family, and we love our life together. We have a lot of fun as a 5. The only thing causing us the stress is that financial stress, and that's just a little blip in the road, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's such an annoying thing to let something like that be the cause of stress when actually everything else going on.
And money doesn't actually exist.
No, it doesn't exist.
Is that not today's chat?
We sat last night, and we could have worked last night, but actually, we had a little meeting. But when we watched Jamie Oliver, his keep cooking.
Oh,
Carry on and
that's
keep
a
cooking.
fantastic. I might link to that because I think. Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
I think that it was right. So we bang on a lot about using video content, and there's a lot of people who worry about the professionalism of their video content. Go and watch Jamie's new series. It's filmed in his house. His wife Jules is the cameraman on their mobile phones. Right, camera person. I'm so sorry, camera person on their mobile phones. It looks shoddy as anything.
I mean, ours look like Oscar-winning performances compared to...
It did. Some of the editing I do, and I do not think I'm a good video editor. Some of the editing I did looked Oscar compared. But when knowing a little bit about creating video like we do, I'm watching theirs and I'm like, you can see that was knocked up in 3 days. However, that does not detract from the message he is giving off, and that's what was important. The quality was not important. And we've seen this with Yellow Tuxedo. We've worked with a few businesses now who are starting to use video, and the learning curve is mega.
Yeah.
And but what's important is, I got excited then, spittle and everything came out. I had a proper Russell Brand moment, and I can start using long words.
You don't know any.
No, I do know a few long words. I do think
Just keep going on the
well,
track.
I really like Russell Brand, but I do have some thoughts about him. Not negative, I have some thoughts. But what you find with video with businesses is it's that stumbling block, that fear, that confidence, that technology. Which ultimately is probably fear again. At the end of the day, most things are fear in this world, aren't they? And not fear as in I'm scared. Yeah. So pick up your phones. Start filming, and we've been excited, haven't we, from this lockdown, and we've said this before, about how many people have started video, how many lives we've seen, how many businesses who wouldn't normally have moved over onto video have started doing video. It's really exciting, because one of the most powerful things I think we have as a business for marketing is the phone in our hand. So this is filmed on an iPhone. We don't even have a special mic in it at the moment because it's broken and we haven't got around to sorting out a new one for 1,000 different reasons. So we're just using the built-in
No,
mic.
be honest, it's finance driven. The idea of spending 50 quid on a new mic is a little bit scary.
Well, I can't bring myself to do that because also I'm still not 100% proved it's the mic at fault. I'm 90% certain, but it's an expensive mic. It's an expensive Amazon off-the-shelf mic, right?
It was good, but yesterday, not paid opportunities and stuff, but we helped a couple of people yesterday with smartphone related issues and how to do it, and we worked with like IGTV. We love IGTV at the moment, and we haven't historically used it enough, and since doing the lockdown, we have actually explored it a lot more, and we're finding a few more tips and tricks and things that we didn't already know before, and we've helped impart that onto other people this week, which has been quite exciting. And I think there's so much you can do with your smartphone, and it's just unlocking that potential of what you can do with it. Like yesterday we're helping our friend Nicola with how to use iMovie on your phone, because we all have iMovie on our phone, but we don't ever use it, do we?
Yeah, no, she wanted to post audio on IGTV, so we said, well, chuck it in iMovie, put a picture over the length of it, and there you've got it. And that's it, really. It was as simple as that. But what was I going to say, if there's something off the back of you were saying, IGTV, that... Sorry, don't know, that's not very good, is it? I was going to talk about Scouts today, actually. So we've gone off on... I don't want to talk about Scouts.
Alan's a little, not melancholy today, but let me finish. Technically, Alan should have been coming back down from Snowdon today.
No, last night I should have got home. I'm not even loosely melancholy.
Right.
I just made a reference for, because you said today's inset day, and I went, oh yeah, it is. I should have got back from Snowdon last night. Not even loosely melancholy.
Well, Alan was meant to be taking his dad's stepmum, up Snowdon.
My roots are scouting and outdoors, actually. So indoors and technology is not actually where my roots are at. And part of that, my sister paid someone else. Paula, I know you're not ever going to watch this, so I can say this. She paid someone else to take her on the Three Peaks with some friends and never asked me to take her. She says she did, I say she didn't. And they didn't finish it due to a number of reasons. So I said, well, I'll take you up Snowdon. And we were going this week. And we were going to take my 70-year-old dad and stepmum, because they'd never been up a mountain before.
God damn the lockdown.
And got down the lockdown, actually. So
spoiling everyone's fun. But yeah, it's technically a school inset day today, so we'll do what we're doing right now.
Well, that's why we thought we'd get this over and done with, actually, so we could try and minimise work.
Inset day fun.
Inset day fun before the Easter holidays next week.
Which is no different to this week or
No,
the
I
week
know.
before.
I know. Right, let's cut a line there. Otherwise, this is going to be too long and much of a waffle. But yeah, pick up your phone, start filming, definitely.
Speak to us if you don't know what to do.
Speak to us if you don't know what to do. And we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye.